Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Another week of the Multiple Nerdgasm podcast with your hosts,
Thank you.
Luke, Matt, and Dan. We haven't introduced
formal.
ourselves in a very long time.
Uncharacteristically formal. I mean, we do
know.
have an intro.
Yeah.
Oh, I know,
That's a good
but I
point.
feel like we haven't.
Today on the show,
Yeah.
we're going to be chatting about Unity, Stephen Fry, Apple, Cyberpunk, and more.
Yes.
Well, now we
That's if we get to all of these things.
Yeah.
We got to not do that because we do that sometimes. We go, oh, we're going to talk about this later on, and then we just don't.
Never happens.
completely
We get
distracted.
sidetracked by some other shit.
Welcome to Multiple Nerdgasm with your hosts, Matt, Luke, and Dan. Multiple Nerdgasm, your guide to all things nerdy.
Yeah.
So who knows what we're going to talk about?
But look, we can jump in some. Let's jump into Stephen Fry.
Sure.
Ooh, that sounded wrong.
You would. And
He'd love it.
he would let you.
Well, you could make it sound like he loved it because they've stolen his voice.
Yeah, so, okay. The way that, before we talk about what actually happened, can I
Okay,
tell
sure.
you what the headline and article that I read first implied had happened?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So headline said, Stephen Fry furious that people thought he narrated the Harry Potter audiobooks.
He did.
Now, just to be clear, he did. Many years ago, it
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
AI,
Mhm.
right? He didn't get
Mm.
his voice stolen by AI and then a bunch of
No.
audiobooks recorded, right?
Mhm.
So
Okay.
what actually did happen?
So somebody used the audiobooks that he did narrate, fed all that into an AI,
Mm.
and then made a AI that can speak like him and had him narrate some other stuff. I'm not
Right.
exactly sure what.
For commercial use or just dicking around like we did with Sarah Silverman?
See, that's unclear to me. I don't know.
See, this is remember the problem. This was a problem I sort of started at the beginning. Like, if it's for commercial use, there's a problem with it. It's fine if you've got someone to impersonate the voice, would be fine.
Mhm.
But to then just use a computer program to do it and then make money off it, that I think.
Well,
is
I
wrong.
think if you wanted something to sound like Stephen Fry and you didn't want to pay Stephen Fry, even paying a Stephen Fry impersonator to do a Stephen Fry impersonation, if the audience thinks that that's Stephen Fry, I think you still owe Stephen Fry some money.
I still think
Are
you need to make it clear that it's not. But
there a lot of Stephen
Yeah.
Fry impersonators on Fiverr.com? Probably.
one
That's
way to
fine.
find
Have
out.
to check, but yeah.
I do like how he says here, it could therefore have me read anything from a call to storm Parliament to hard porn. Like,
Yes.
all right,
And everywhere in between.
hard porn. You could
Hard
read
porn.
Cindy's New Love.
Yeah.
Oh, could
by
you
Stephen
please,
Fry.
so we can finally hear it again?
The dog ate the hamburger out of the young girl's vagina.
We got
Yes,
a lead on that,
That's
by
my
the way.
Stephen Fry. Really?
And that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say so
Oh,
far.
okay.
I could get a book by the author, a different saucy novel by the same author, but that's
okay.
just not
Well,
good enough.
Think
So
we could
I
reach
mean,
out
the
to
search-
the author?
the search
Yeah,
continues.
if you've got the author's name, you're one step ahead of us.
The search continues. I've got
You've got your
myself
you've got
and,
the
and a
multiple
listener are
Nerdgasm
on the
minions
case.
are on it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be honest. Most of the hard work was done by someone else.
Yeah.
But
I did find it listed in a database at one stage.
yeah, I've seen that. This goes beyond that. Our listeners are intrepid.
Ooh, okay.
I have just found
Yeah.
this though. I found two people that will do a voiceover of Stephen Fry
Okay.
Stop.
Just with AI.
from
Because now you don't know,
$25.
do you?
No, it's saying I will narrate, I will record.
Yeah, it says
So-
okay.
Yeah. Tell you what, I will narrate as Orson Welles, and I'll definitely not use my 11 Labs sample that I already made.
That's what I mean.
And
You don't
use
know now.
prolifically at the moment.
And
Like when we had the intro done by that
Mm.
voice artist, which is a very good intro. Presumably that's
Yeah.
his voice. And I had the
Chuck.
movie one done. I think
Mhm.
maybe by the same guy, and he does the "In a World" voice.
Yes, he does. Yeah, he does.
But presumably that's actually him doing it because you can tell he's got a bit of an accent.
I've watched
But
him
he-
do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you could just have AI do that now.
Yeah, just sample his own voice. I mean, it would be more
Yeah.
difficult for him to do that than to just record, but
You got to put, once you put in the legwork, then
yeah,
he's just,
then you
he
just
can
type.
sit in his
Yeah.
pajamas and, well, I suppose he
I
can
mean,
Tolkien
He's
his
a
pajamas
voiceover
too.
artist, Matt. Yeah.
Yeah, good point. All right.
James
Still
Earl
sitting
Jones
at the same computer.
James
Yeah.
Earl
Oh, no, I'm
Jones
gonna
got it
work.
at the right
Oh, wait.
time.
I sit here in my pajamas. Never mind. I'm good.
Mm.
Look, James Earl Jones did the right thing and sold his voice at the right time.
Mm,
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right.
so that when
it
he's
was
dead,
still
he can
worth
still
something.
rake in the cash.
But then also,
Mm.
I'm hoping that also sets the precedence for it going forward. Like, to
Of
use
people
it for
being
commercial,
paid for
you
it.
need to be compensated for it.
we'll know that the last pillar has fallen when Harrison Ford signs on because he has been so against this shit.
Mm,
But then I've just said that, and then I've realized he's old now and he just doesn't care anymore.
that's true.
He could also just easily say, "Oh, I don't give a shit."
Yeah,
and
and
then
also
die.
he doesn't sound like Harrison Ford anymore. He sounds like old man Harrison Ford.
Mm.
Like even
Oh, yeah.
even in those young indie sequences in the latest movie, he
Yeah.
still talked like an old man.
He is an old man. Just let him
Mm.
be.
But he didn't look like an old man. I was confused. My boner was
I mean,
confused, Luke.
It didn't really look like a man at all.
No. Tell you what, he looked like a man in Temple of Doom. I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
that on again the
He
other day.
is in
That is-
incredible shape in
That,
that
that,
movie.
That
the
is
shirt
And it's also-
open.
Yeah, they
I also did that
tore
thing
the
where-
arms off the shirt for that
But
one.
don't pretend. I know Luke maybe doesn't do this, but don't pretend you don't do this, Dan. Is I looked up Harrison Ford Temple of Doom workout.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
to see,
Yeah.
is that something I could do? No, it's not.
It's
But
not.
here's the thing, right? But
if I
that-
could be asked,
that-
maybe.
No, because like a lot of people when they say, "Oh, what's your ultimate body?" Like, and they say,
Yeah,
"Oh,
Brad
let's say Brad Pitt in Fight Club," right?
Yeah,
That's
right.
like the ultimate, like 0% body fat, like finely chiseled
That's the
every single muscles.
that's the
That
standard.
is
from
so
what I understand.
beyond standard, right? But that is so
Yeah.
beyond what I could ever do. Like, there's no way I could ever eat
No.
the amount of protein that would take that and
It's gotten out of hand now. though.
slim down to that. Yeah. But if you asked me a realistic goal that would still take me a year and a lot of discipline to
Yeah,
achieve,
yeah.
it's Temple of Doom Harrison Ford.
Mm.
All right.
But that,
So
and that-
what we're
and that
saying,
year
listeners,
would
is-
be-
But now that's
in,
what people
in one
call a
year
dad
and
bod.
maybe a bit over a year, Dan
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
will
that's
be
right.
shirts
Yeah.
off,
Yeah.
It's just like the
We
thing
did this once already, and
shirts
it-
off
We were meant to
in
show our-
India.
we were
was
meant
a
to show
long
our
time
taking
ago.
on
six
the
packs off
Kali
on
Hey,
cult.
birthday.
I've had my shirt off in India, all right?
Yeah, I remember last year we were going to have in 6 months. We are going to show up our 6 packs.
Mm.
That never happened.
That was a long time ago. Yeah, my
I've got one of them right here.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you, it's 6-packs, ironically, that are stopping me from having a 6-pack.
Yes.
Yeah, I switched to Scotch, but that doesn't really
Mm.
help.
I mean, the alcohol still is problematic, but I believe there's less
I know.
calories in a Scotch than in a beer.
Yeah, but then you just drink more.
Mm.
Because you're not drinking. There's not as much
Don't tell
liquid,
me
so
how
you're
much I do and don't
thirsty.
drink, Matt.
I wouldn't assume to.
And if you're mixing, the mixers are the killer.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't do that. No, not with a Scotch, mate. Not with a Scotch.
You can't drink gin straight. It's not nice.
Yes, you
Oh,
can.
no.
You
I mean,
No.
you can if you're, say,
Not the gin
an
you buy, probably.
18th century prostitute living in Whitechapel.
Mm.
I remember you were on a quest to find literally the cheapest Scotch in Australia at one point, Luke.
Yep.
Because we
I-
used to drink
Mm.
Scotch.
I used to drink like 3 to 4 bottles a week.
Old Crow, that's certainly the
I was
cheapest
going
I've
to say,
ever had in
of-
Australia.
yeah,
No,
Not
I
of,
actually
like,
there was a cheap.
Scotch people traditionally would think of when they think of Scotches. You know,
There
like
was an Audi
Lefroy.
Scotch I could get for
Yeah.
$20 a bottle.
Glenfiddich. No,
Yeah.
It was
Not that.
rough.
Luke, you probably prefer a single malt to a blended whiskey, right?
I do prefer, but when you
Yeah.
drink 3 to 4 bottles, you don't worry
Okay.
about that.
All right. Well, if you don't mind a blended, and you can get yourself to the Philippines, there is a local Filipino whiskey called Andy Player, right?
could you do
It's-
this in an Orson Welles voice?
it's-
There's a local Filipino
yeah, that's
distiller.
right. All right, we'll cut it in. Um, So it is. I think I worked out that it is about $1.80 a bottle,
oh god,
$1.80 Australian a bottle.
I'd
Wow.
be
It is-
dead.
It is absolutely drinkable, right? if they had to
You're
come
gonna
up
say
with a
delicious.
slogan, no,
That's not the word- the
it's
D
not
word I thought you were
delicious,
gonna
Matt.
say.
It's not delicious. Let me make that very
I was
clear.
ready to be surprised, but you were like,
But
it's
it is
absolutely
surprisingly
drinkable.
drinkable.
But it was non-committal the way you said it
Yeah.
too. So, yeah, you could drink it.
If you mix it with Coke, and Luke, I know you do,
Yep,
Yeah,
then
you
it
would.
doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. That's what I used to laugh when people used to go to, like, I see them at the bar and they go, give me like a Johnny Walker Blue and stuff, and show off to their
with
friends
Coke.
about how much, and then they get it with Coke. I'm sort of like, why?
No.
Yeah, you don't know.
Like, if you're drinking a nice scotch, you drink a nice scotch. You don't.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. Now, I got given a bottle of Glenmorangie for my 18th birthday from my mum.
Mm.
And at that point, I was several years off being able to drink straight whiskey. So
So
I
they got
drank
mixed.
that entire bottle of $100+ whiskey with Coke for
I've
sure.
almost certainly done that in the past.
But
I just
remember
don't
when you were
remember
also
exactly.
that age and you get like a 12-year-old bottle and then you go, I'm going to hold on to it for like a few more years and it'll
Yeah,
be even
that's
older.
right.
So
Yeah.
that's not how that works.
Yeah.
it's
No,
already
sometimes I
been
see a
mixed.
12-year-old
It's like
and I think to
12
myself, I'll wait till you're 18. Yeah, for sure.
We've got some. No, we'll come back to
What?
it. We've got
What?
some
Okay.
news later on.
Okay.
Not about you.
No,
Not
I
about you.
thought you were going to out me. I'm like, you've got nothing on me, mate.
Yeah. And we've got some Sound of Freedom news.
I don't see why we need to wait. Let's crack this case wide open. Listeners, for those who are new, Sound of Freedom is the movie Hollywood doesn't want you to see, except they do want you to see it.
Yeah,
'cause
except
it's
for the
out.
fact that it's at all the
It's out of
cinemas
the cinema.
everywhere.
Yeah.
But they don't
Yeah.
quite
Quite
popular.
popular.
To go.
But they turned the air conditioner off in that one cinema, so it's a conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
But the Tim Ballard, the guy that this movie is based on, who's been going
Mm.
around saying, that Hollywood doesn't want you to see this movie because they're all pedos, and this movie is anti-pedo, I guess,
Yeah. Yeah.
is now been accused of.
Wait. So sorry. The conceit here is that Hollywood moguls think that we, the audience, currently are borderline on the fence with pedos,
I'm
and
not
that
quite
this
sure what it's
movie would tip us into the
So-
pedophiles are bad camp.
This article has an update, right? So he got the accusations made that of sexual misconduct
Against
by
Tim Ballard.
of correct, yeah, of consenting age women, but doesn't make it any still
No,
don't do
still
that.
terrible.
obviously.
No. It makes it a little better, but just not a lot better.
It doesn't make it
Sure.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
know
I mean, I
what you
think there's a
mean. I know what you
spectrum.
mean.
We can agree on that, but still. Yeah.
Still
But
horrible.
he says here, where's the quote? Here we go. This is his quote is okay. So he's denied all the allegations, and he says this: "Evil pedophiles will stop at nothing, and they have allies in the government, in the media, in big corporations, and even in public institutions. They continue to lie and attempt to destroy my good name and defame my character, and they will never stop." The pedos did this. The pedos are accusing him.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So
Now, that's
I don't
a
know what
pretty
to
good
make of it.
argument because you don't want to sound if you want to negate that, you don't want to sound like you're coming down on the side of the pedos. You know,
no,
it's
of course
like a
not.
devil made me do it kind of argument.
Yeah, that's a good point. So I guess he's innocent, is what we're saying.
Well, I'm not going to say anything against it.
We'll assume he is. Yeah.
I'm not going to take the side of those Hollywood clandestine pedos that are, I don't know what their agenda
In the
is,
government.
but
And
yeah.
is he saying, because he says, they've got friends in the government, so the people in the friends in the government aren't
Well,
pedos?
you know,
Well, I mean,
There's the evil pedos and the friends of the evil pedos. Who
Yeah.
the fuck are these people who are
Well,
friends with
you
evil
do know
pedos? And they're like,
there are all these rumors that in government that they have to actually get into government, you have to sleep with
Mm.
children and all
you
this.
do.
And they
yeah,
have
yeah,
to.
I can confirm
And
that.
like
yeah.
Michelle Obama's actually a man, and that's a whole part
Oh,
of it as well.
I
That
know.
they have
I
to.
know,
That's
I've
part of
heard
the
this
deal. and
Just to be
it's
clear,
just
that's
ridiculous.
just the,
That guy that was
is this
on-
just the American government? Because they do have
Yes.
a weird, the electoral college and all of that stuff. I never get. So if you told me, no, you also have to do this kind of weird stuff, I'd be like, well, I'm only half surprised.
Yes. Yeah, at what point do you find out about that?
Mm.
Like
It's at the
someone
same
like-
point adjacent to
Does Andrew
Scientology
Yang
where.
no, or is
Yeah.
he didn't get far
He's
enough?
not- he's
He
not
was a
there yet.
presidential
That's
candidate,
right.
but he didn't get there
Yeah,
yet.
But
he's
it's
the
all-
is he the governor of New York? Is that
No,
no, he's not even.
He's
okay.
not.
But what's
No, I don't
scary
think he's
about
in
it,
it.
if this was true, everyone gets to that point and goes, yeah, right, I'm in. Otherwise, you'd have a lot more accidental deaths with people in government.
Mm.
Sure.
I mean,
So
there
everyone
are a
just gets
fair
to go,
few.
yeah, right.
Oh, so
Yeah.
all these people didn't get in and hate all the people in government. They're not saying anything because it's not their place to say, I guess.
Yeah. yeah.
No, I
Like,
think what
what?
Luke is saying that they make you on day one, they make you fuck a child, right? So
Right.
that no matter what happens or what you see, you can't blow the whistle because on day one you
Oh,
fucked
did
that
that.
child.
Yeah,
But if you don't do
Yeah,
it,
okay.
you'd accidentally have you'd have an accident, like drive a car off a bridge, or
Mm.
Yeah.
something could
Right.
happen.
So
Yeah.
we've got some driving off a bridge news.
We
Oh,
do.
Did you do that on purpose?
I
Yeah,
did.
unrelated, I think.
How
Well,
awful
fucking
is
who
that?
knows?
It is unrelated. I know this is Luke's attempt to get off this topic because he's very uncomfortable.
It is.
Hold on,
I
hold on,
think
no.
as well.
Before we get off, we've made quite light of this. But are these claims genuine? Do we really think that this guy who went down to South America to save children from a sex traffic, and do we really think he is a sex pest as well?
I mean, honestly, I have
sounds
no
out of
idea.
character, but we've got some
At
other
least
sex
7
pest news.
employees have alleged they experienced sexual coercion and harassment from Ballard.
Oh,
So,
Well, you do
Well, that's
have
not
this
good.
thing where people think they are
don't
doing the
know.
right thing, and then power goes to their head. Power always
this is when he was.
Fear leads to darkness. Darkness leads to
Oh.
hate.
So this is during his missions, right?
Mm.
His missions to South America. He would invite women to pose as his wife to
Oh,
to trick, I guess, the trafficking.
So he's going down like as a
Traffickers?
family. Like, I'm just on a holiday with.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
During these missions, he would allegedly coerce the women into sharing a bed or showering with him in order to fool sex traffickers
that are watching him
who
shower.
were also there in the bathroom, I guess.
This is the subplot to True Lies. Remember when Bill Paxton's character is trying to pretend
He
he's a
says
spy, and he's
Yeah.
like, "You have to pretend I'm your wife, and we have to be so intimate that people wouldn't
Yeah.
pick up on it, and people will
They'll
know
know
just
if
by
I'm
looking
not
at us
inside
that
of
I
you.
fucked you."
They'll know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there, they'll know.
Look, I can see something to all that. Like, you go, like, you agreed to be my wife, and then taking that
Yeah.
too far and going, hold on, no, this is what
Yeah.
I signed up for.
Well, you know
Yeah.
what wives do,
Are you
don't you?
describing your own marriage at this point, Luke? As a-
No.
So yeah, I don't think we know. He didn't respond directly to Vice's request to comment, but he has issued a statement.
I mean, I wouldn't either. Just
but-
quietly.
No,
But
why
the
would you?
statement he gives doesn't address any of the actual allegations, though, which
No,
is.
he just says it's all made up.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they all say, isn't it? No one says "got me," you know.
Oh,
no
actually,
one
sorry.
in the
One
history-
person did and got
Dan
off.
Harmon.
Bill Cosby.
Oh yeah, he's out again.
He didn't admit it though, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
He went and gave them
Did he?
quaaludes and stuff.
Oh,
I
he
guess
didn't
there
know
was
it was
no
a crime,
denying
Dan. Didn't know. Everyone else was
No.
doing it. Just didn't know.
it. Actually, the one
Being
person I do
facetious.
know
he
is
definitely knew. I'm not. Yeah. Okay. Good. Just
Mate,
clarifying
when
for
I
the
was a
audience.
kid, I had a fucking vinyl record of his stand up when there was an entire B side about him drugging women to have sex with them, but jokes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, yeah. And the whole thing was
a call for help.
well,
Like,
yeah,
no,
that's
I
right.
think he
Yeah.
did deny. I think
Help
he,
Stop
hold it
me!
down.
Somebody, please stop
I'm
me!
not saying he went like he admitted that it was that, but he did admit to like giving them things and drugs
Right.
and
Yeah, yeah.
he
Mm.
didn't deny any of that part of it.
Well, I mean, I guess I hate to once a episode. If you're having a drink now. Polanski, he didn't deny it either. He just said she knew why she was there, and the parents knew why she was coming, and they dropped her off.
Yep, and we won't come back to
Mhm.
America.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a defense, Roman. That's
No.
not a
No,
defense.
but the thing is that the initial reaction was, okay, well, that is true, and then he got permission from the court to go overseas to make a movie. He didn't flee.
He just
But while
didn't
he
come
was
back.
over there, he got his photo taken with two busty German girls at an Oktoberfest party, and it got printed on the front page. This is what Roman Polanski's doing in Europe while awaiting the second half of his trial. And the judge was like, well, you made me look like a fucking idiot, so why don't you come back here and see how lenient I am now? And he was like, actually, I might
just
just go
stay
to
here.
I don't
France.
think I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll stay here with these busty women drinking beer.
Yeah, that's right. And he's still
That's
here
a
that
really
day.
a terrible defense, isn't it?
What? Yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I deny nothing.
I did do that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. I talk about car
Okay.
driving off a bridge. That's
All right. All right. So
That's like
this is another
Sort
legal
of.
thing, and this makes me laugh because this is one of those things that's just really makes me wonder what the fuck is wrong with people. A man is suing Google because Google Maps told
Oh
him to
my
go across a
God.
bridge that
Wait.
had collapsed quite
When
some
I
time
first
ago.
saw this, I thought he was suing because it was directly about a bridge that hadn't finished being built.
But
Let
he
me
could see
clarify.
that there
Let me
was no
clarify.
bridge, right?
It's his widow. He died.
Oh,
His widow
oh.
is suing Google because Google told him to drive over the bridge.
Yes, but
Which is
if
sad,
Google
but
told me to
still-
drive over a bridge that wasn't there, I'd question it when I got to the bridge and saw no
look-
bridge.
You go, well, it looks like there's no bridge, but
But Google is
Google
you gotta-
said-
sometimes you just got to leap from the lion's head.
I suppose if yeah.
He was an Indiana
I
Jones
suppose
fan.
if it was at night.
Yeah, okay.
It was
Ooh.
definitely at night and it was raining, so
Yeah, maybe I
Yeah.
just didn't
But
see
look,
this.
look if
That's not a bridge. I'm looking at the picture. That is not a bridge.
if the bridge hadn't been built, I was thinking maybe there would be something to it. Maybe, but this is a collapsed bridge. Google doesn't have active visuals on bridges over the world to know when they're there or not.
And
That's a
all
good
of these
point,
things
Luke.
like the
Why
bridge
is
area was pitch
Google-
black. It wasn't marked
Yeah.
off. It should have been repaired. That's not
It's like there
Google's
should have been a
responsibility.
fucking fence up. Yeah, I don't think
That's
this
not
is Google's responsibility
responsibility.
either.
No.
I mean, sometimes it knows. My friend went to Europe and was on one of those barges that you drive your car onto and then it takes you across the channel.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
But he left his GPS on and it was like, you are in the channel.
Yep.
When it is safe to do so, drive onto dry land.
But no, it is smart enough to know that when there's traffic and stuff, or it will redirect you. But that's when there's a lot of traffic and it's got a lot of data to go off. This is a bridge in the middle of nowhere.
Mm.
Mm.
I would like to point out the irony of Luke saying, let's talk about something funny. A man who died tragically driving home from his daughter's 9th birthday party.
Fuck. Yeah, here's a picture of him and his kids and wife. They look like the kind of family that
Did you
would want
almost say
their dad to be
orphans? Because they're
alive.
not orphans, but I was thinking
Yeah.
orphans until I
I
realized
didn't-
that's not what that means.
I didn't
Partial
know he
orphans?
died. I thought he was suing.
Yeah, no, I did too. This will teach me to read the article before.
No.
I,
But the article
pop it in.
and the suing of Google implies that he was like, I don't know about this, Google. And Google was like, drive across the bridge. He's like, there's no bridge there, Google. It's like, do as I say. Like, it's not,
Penitent
Google
man
didn't
shall
force
pass.
him to do it. Yeah, that's right.
No, I
Man, you are really into Indiana Jones at the moment, aren't you, man?
it's not at the moment. It's just always. But
Yeah, fair.
it reminds me of there was one I think we talked about years ago where someone drove into a lake because Google told them to, and they were going to trying to sue Google, and it was like,
Yeah,
fuck it-
and there was a car at the bottom of the lake, and there was a
You
girl
didn't
in the trunk of
see
the
the
car.
lake?
Oh no, wait, that's American Gods.
That's American Gods. Yeah,
I
Not
assume you
getting that
guys
movie,
didn't
Dan.
watch.
we're not getting that movie.
No, we're not. We're not getting that at all. We're definitely not getting that. We're getting some other stuff that we can talk about later. But I just want to you guys didn't watch Map Men, did you? When I sent you the link, YouTube channel Map Men. It is
No.
very funny. Two comedians
Scottish.
talk about maps.
No,
No,
no.
I didn't watch it.
not him. It's earlier than that. They just talk about maps and interesting stuff about maps, and it is
Okay.
interesting. And sometimes it's so boring, it's interesting. They've got a whole episode about fake streets on maps. And did you know this? Because I did not. Map publishers put fake streets on maps only in places where it doesn't matter, where you couldn't possibly know or drive, just so that they can tell if somebody's copied their map. Because
Wow.
if you want to publish a map, the easiest way to do it is to just copy someone else's map rather than go out
Sure.
and cartograph your own map, right? So they put they'll have a rugby field in real life, but they'll just put a little road across it and they'll call it, faux lane or something. So that,
Sure.
if somebody publishes something, they always just skip to page 53 and just have a look to see if you've got faux lane. And if you have, then it's time
You're
for the
fucked.
lawyers.
Yeah, right.
That's crazy.
That's clever.
Apparently, it's just a done thing.
They're called trap streets.
Trap streets.
streets.
Yeah. That sounds more
I was
dangerous
going to
than
say
it is.
that
though.
means something else on the internet.
I don't think they call.
That's right.
No, I think it's just
Yeah.
what they call it. I don't think that's the name of it on the map, but they're trap streets
Fuck, a
for
man
that
on
purpose.
Trap Street.
Didn't know it was a man.
No.
That's crazy.
He assured me
It
he
makes
was
sense.
Yeah, right. That's cool.
I don't think it matters
Map Men.
much anymore,
Watch it.
but it would have back in the day when everyone was selling maps.
I was talking about that the other day.
True.
when we used to have to use a street directory,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and I was talking about it in the context of when I first moved to Eastwood, I only knew one route to get there.
Yes.
And then as I explored more the kind of inner west area, it was all based around that one route.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was not until I was in my 20s when, like iPhones and that came out and that kind of thing, I realized that like I've wasted
I've gone
hours
a
of
long
my
way.
life going this incredibly idiotic way to get all these places. But
Just
it's
because you
that-
knew it.
That was the only, and because the street directory was just like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like,
And it didn't
not-
suggest routes to you. You
No.
had to figure it out yourself.
Yeah. And I remember the first time I drove down to Melbourne. The first time I got there, I had to buy a street directory
Mm-hmm.
because we didn't have GPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
we
you
stored
got
them
a street
in the-
directory.
in the
You didn't get
door
a
lock of our car.
You didn't get a
Mm,
a
the
street
door
directory
jam.
of Australia. You got a street directory of where you live.
Your city.
Yeah, a small region. We bought one in America, Dan, when we were in Arizona. I
Yeah,
bought
but
one
that was just to find the prosties.
because we didn't have.
'Cause we got
had
lost.
iPhones, but we didn't have data plans in America.
Mm.
Oh.
We were just on that cusp between when all that stuff,
Yes.
international roaming
Just
was
became
a
a thing. Yeah.
and we bought flip phones when we got here,
Just so we can call each other.
and I
if
had
we
to
got
buy a
lost.
map, like a foldy-outy map,
Mm.
to get to Rachel, Nevada,
Do you think
because we went the
people
wrong
know,
way and ended up in
Go on,
Arizona.
Rachel.
Do you think
Yes,
people
we
know
did.
how to
We're like,
read
that's
maps now?
funny.
that?
I certainly know
Do you think
less
people
than I did
know how to
before.
read maps now?
I mean, they're pictures of streets. I can figure it out. I'm
Like
sure.
I reckon I think I can, but I don't know if my niece and nephew could.
Mm.
Hmm.
I mean, I
They're
think
trying to pinch
people
to zoom
don't
in and it's
need
not
to.
working.
Yeah.
But it's the same reason. I mean, I don't know if anyone even needs to learn how to multiply in their head anymore.
Because like,
Like, why
when,
would you?
when you think about it like now, you just punch into the location and it tells you how to get there. With a map, you
Mm.
had to work out where you're going and then track
Mm.
back to work out how you
I
get
keep
there.
my GPS on even if I know where I'm going, in case it knows something I don't. You know?
Or
Yeah,
for
Waze
traffic or
will
the
tell
speed
you-
camera.
Yeah,
Mm.
Waze will go, don't go that way, Danny.
Yeah. No, that's a trap street.
That way leads straight to the castle.
Didn't you learn?
It's
might
a
be the babe.
labyrinth joke
Yeah.
for the listeners who don't know. If you're not in your 40s, you might not know what that
That's
is.
right, yeah. hmm You didn't see that movie in 1985 when
Mm.
it came out, possibly at Blacktown Cinema where I saw it.
I saw it at
Labyrinth-
Hayden Cinema in Penrith,
Mm.
almost certainly.
Mm.
Labyrinth was my sister's go-to movie when we were growing up.
Really,
So
That's
anytime we
I
went
just
to the video store, she'd get Labyrinth, I'd
Labyrinth,
get Star
yeah.
Wars.
she would only get Labyrinth if I didn't have it out, presumably.
Yeah,
If we
that's
went
right.
if we went to the same video,
Why
easy,
isn't it here
which is
again?
Possible.
I hope I never meet that guy.
Mm. I just used to keep renting it again and again and again. And my mum was like,
Mm.
sure, whatever.
Yep.
Which is a sentiment I now understand with my daughter. You want to watch
Imagine
that
that
again?
was the case on Netflix.
Sure, whatever.
Oh yeah, I know.
The same
my
thing
daughter,
again? Sure.
My-
just
my
just
daughter
that
watches
1 5-minute episode.
almost
We're gonna watch it again.
exclusively Gabby's Dollhouse now. But actually, it is the best out of all the shows she watches, other than
Mm.
maybe Bluey. So I don't mind at all.
Does she
Oh,
watch different
some news.
episodes? Or
Oh yeah,
just
yeah,
the
yeah.
one?
She'll just
Okay.
no. Actually, she wants it all on. Except that there's a mermaid episode, and she's starting to cotton on to how cool mermaids are for girls her age. So she now is like mermaid episode. But I was telling you that there's a DJ called DJ Catnip. He's
Oh,
he's
yeah.
actually a DJ, but in the end credits you find out his name's actually Daniel James Catnip, right? And that's why he's called DJ. I found a follow up. Luke, your favorite character from season 4 of Stranger Things, the Mexican stoner dude with the long hair.
He's not my favorite character. I don't
You
mind him as an
told me
actor.
he was.
I think he's
my
Hawaiian.
I do like
favorite
him,
character.
But I know who you mean. I think he's Hawaiian.
Is he?
I do like him though. I do find him
Take
amusing.
2.
Could be
Anyway,
wrong.
he's the voice of Daniel James Catnip.
Oh, there you go.
I think he's funny.
He's funny.
I've
I'm
seen
not
him in
accusing you of
16.
anything. I'm not accusing you. I'm just saying.
Yeah. It's him avoiding saying anything racial.
No,
I think
he's not my
funny.
favorite character in Stranger Things.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Who's
Why
your
not?
favorite character?
Because
I
you
don't
thought he
know.
was from Mexico as well.
I don't have a favorite character.
Helmut
It's not a
Marko?
thing. It might be.
Eddie's the best character in Stranger Things.
Oh,
Come
Eddie's
on.
the 100%
Anyone
the
jumps
best
on Eddie.
character.
Eddie was fine. He
No.
wasn't that good.
No,
Like,
It's because you don't
just
listen to metal, Luke.
you're a Dunstan fan.
Dunstan.
I'm
all the
a
way.
Dunstan fan. Don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who's not?
it's not mutually exclusive.
Eddie, he was fine. I don't think there's a big push for him to bring him back or have a spin-off show I've seen. No, he's not that good.
Hmm. Fuck you.
It's not
He is.
Mike or the gay kid, obviously. They're not the best.
Oh, so he's Michael now. You won't even call him Mike now.
Mike
Like,
or
fuck
the
it, he's
gay
gay.
kid. No.
Michael.
Mike or the gay. Hang on.
Oh.
Am I getting them mixed up? I could think of the other kid's name. Noah?
No, Noah's his real name, right? The actor's
Yeah,
name.
maybe. Anyway.
Oh no, what is his name? You're
Also,
right.
I was
Mike is
just
not
making
the
a
gay
joke
one.
about the fact
He's
that
gay for Mike.
that was quite that people didn't get that he was gay,
Will.
which I think is fucking hilarious.
Will.
That's
Will.
him. Remember when that was the whole thing? It's like, oh, that scene.
Yes.
You know,
So
you may have missed
with
this,
the gay
but
kid.
they implied,
yeah.
yeah, it was fucking obvious.
It was very
Yeah,
obvious.
yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
what that scene
In fact,
was about.
in the first, not just the scene.
This
mate,
is why
in
I'm
the
like,
first
people can't
episode
take
of the
subtlety in
first-
films and shit anymore. They just
in
don't
the first
pay attention.
season,
Mm.
when he first goes missing, everyone calls him the gay kid. Even his dad is like, it's because he's gay. And
Oh,
when
I
they
didn't-
go and talk to the principal,
remember that.
it's because I watched it again. I know the principal's like,
Oh, okay.
oh yeah, is it got anything to do with the fact that he's a bit queer? Like his words.
Look, I think this is all due to news articles you've seen. I've been seeing a lot of.
Mm.
I'm going to go to Starfield on this. I've seen a lot of articles pop up about
What
Starfield,
the
and I go,
ending means.
"Oh, this stuff," and I go like, and I go, "Oh,
Yeah, if you
maybe
play
I've
the
missed
game,
something."
that's-
I look at it, and go,
Mm.
"Oh
Mm.
no, I knew that. It's very
Yeah.
obvious."
That's the
It's-
one. Oh, what the ending of Oppenheimer means. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you not understand about it?
Ending explained. What? What was there to
He
explain?
invented
They
the
detonated the
and he
bomb
was-
in Japan.
and he was worried
Japan's-
they were going to
yeah.
blow up more stuff. What,
Yeah,
what
that's
more is
right,
there to
yeah.
it?
Then the Soviet Union made better bombs, and so America had to make even better bombs.
Yeah. And if you want
Worse
to know what
bombs.
happened
Sorry, worse
after
bombs.
Oppenheimer, look around.
Yeah, look out the window.
Oh,
It worked out okay-ish.
Those articles
Mm.
are really starting to annoy me these days.
Yeah.
because I do
The
click
Second
on them
World
and go,
War ended.
"Hold on, I've
The
missed
Cold
something."
War started, and now it's over. Now we're at
Yeah.
war with someone else, unrelated, and we're not using nuclear weapons
Mm-hmm.
yet.
Why are you
I'm just saying we
threatening
haven't
the
yet.
world?
I'm not threatening.
That sounded like, I was going to say, it sounded like a threat.
Yeah. If you
Luke, do we
what's
know
good
that,
for you.
do we know that Dan doesn't have nuclear weapons?
I don't know anymore. Starting to
Yeah,
worry a
okay.
little bit.
Mm.
I want to follow up on last week's Unity news, if I may.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
They have apologized,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
put out a statement. They have backtracked to a
imagine
degree.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they are now focused on rebuilding trust, which yeah,
Wow.
fucking-
Yeah.
you're going to want to do that. Because
Yeah.
a lot of game developers are now saying, because I follow a lot of indie people on YouTube,
Mhm.
and that guy, I sent you guys a video by this Australian indie developer during the week
Yep.
who was talking about it. He's making a game in Unity, and he said he's basically quite close to the end of the game, but he's thinking this is going to affect his sales now.
Yeah.
Because if you don't pay Unity more money, you get a splash screen that comes up and says "Made with Unity," and
Mm.
his concern is now that's almost like a black mark on your game
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the whole community is
Oh.
turned on them now.
So you have to pay to not have that made with Unity screen, do you?
Yes.
That's
See,
interesting.
I don't have a problem with that. I also don't have a problem with that at all.
No.
Oh,
Don't
no,
do
I
that.
just don't
That's
know
all
that. I
fine.
just
No.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
It's just, and they've backtracked now, and the new thing that they're saying, oh, this is what we're going to do now, and it's like, okay, that's quite reasonable, but this is like that whole D&D thing. You should have fucking asked somebody before you made this blanket announcement that was like ridiculous.
well,
And
see,
now that people are thinking, because the main thing that people keep saying now is, okay, this sounds great, but what are they going to do next week?
Mm.
Mm.
Because they've done shit like this, and like over the last few years, they just keep doing stupid shit like this.
well, it goes back to because I did look into it more, and it's their CEO that was basically
Yes.
get this. He was too greedy for EA.
Yes.
so had to leave EA and took over this. So all he cares about is money.
It's too gritty. Yeah. He ate all of their money and then he was like,
Yeah.
I need some more money.
And so he does not care.
And the other thing I learned this week is that Unity is like hemorrhaging money every year, like millions and millions and millions of dollars.
What are
And-
they losing money on?
There's a I think I mentioned him the other week. There's a guy called the Cherno. He's an Australian developer. He used to work at EA on Frostbite engine,
Mm-hmm.
and he's now making his own engine called Hazel. Like on YouTube, he's making it kind of live kind of thing, like doing a little course and whatnot as he does it.
Mm.
And he was saying he looked at those numbers and he was like, "What the fuck are they doing?" Because they
Yeah.
don't make games.
Yeah.
They don't do anything else. They have over 7,000 employees. And he's like, what the fuck are these people? What are they doing? Like what?
Because I know
what-
like a
why are
lot
they
of
spending all this money?
like with Unity, you can buy things that people make and then sell like on the Unity store and stuff. Like
Yes.
where are they
the
losing
community is a
money?
lot of the community is the biggest thing Unity has going for it.
yeah.
But yeah, so he said like at EA, they have less employees than that. They make the engine and they make all these games with the engine and then they make a fuckload of money. Like what is Unity
Mhm.
doing?
Yeah. Like I didn't know they were losing money, but I didn't understand how you could lose money on.
I don't know the exact figures, but he said something like they used to be losing on average like 200 million a year, and it's since this new guy's come on, it's gone down into like the 100 something millions. So like, go team.
Yeah. I mean, I'm no business guy, but that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, a lot of businesses work like that. I don't understand it.
That's
I'm also not a business guy clearly because I look at that and I go, well, that sounds
That
not
doesn't
good,
sound
right?
good.
Dude, that-
It's like look at companies like Twitter and Spotify where it's like, oh, they don't make any money. It's like, well, what? Why are they? What?
Why are they? A
How are they
company?
a
I don't
thing?
understand. Yeah.
Mm.
but-
Well, also look at this podcast. We don't make any money.
Well, true, but we're not also like we're not
No, he's got a point.
But we're
billions of
not
dollars.
we're not losing that amount of money.
We don't spend a lot
Probably
of money
losing the
either.
equivalent of billions if you scaled us up to the size of a Twitter.
We don't make money, but we also don't spend too much money,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So-
Story
We
of my
don't spend
life
that much
right
money.
now.
But no, if you scale it
No.
up, we might be.
Mm.
Yeah, no, we spend money on some things, but we don't we're not all like flying first class.
We don't have
to
an office.
PAX Australia. Oh wait,
Oh.
what's that behind you, Luke?
I'm going to PAX Australia in a couple of weeks. I'm excited.
Mick Gordon's going to be there. You say hi?
Oh,
My
I will.
wife's
I'll
going to be
contact-
there.
I'm actually. They've just released like the schedule, and I hate this part of it. Trying to work out what panels to go to.
Yeah,
Because the thing is, you go to PAX, you have to go to the panels to really experience and enjoy it.
sure.
Correct.
Yeah, totally. Especially
there's-
because how many days is PAX Oz now? 4? What's
Three.
Three.
It's just three.
Three,
So
okay.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, cool. Boston's 4 now.
Really?
Is it?
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Thursday's great because no one else is there.
Well, that's why I
Yeah.
like
No one
Fridays.
can get time off
Friday
work.
and Sunday are sort of the
Mm.
best days.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
there's one panel I'm definitely going to, and that's the gaming while old.
Yeah.
So middle aged and
Are
older
you on
on,
that panel?
the internet.
You
I'm
should
not on
be.
that. I should
How
be.
did we? How'd you not
Could
get on
be.
that panel?
I know.
I
Who'd you have
might
to email?
ask going it next year because I did talk to him last year as well. That's
Hmm. Are you not old enough? How old are they?
well, I'm actually probably a little
40s,
bit
you
old.
said. Oh, Jesus. Maybe that's what it was. They were like, "Well, it's
Too
getting
old.
old, not ancient, Luke."
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
gaming while dead. Well, fucking
Yeah,
hanging on for dear life.
But there's one other panel I'm
gaming
really,
on life support.
but there's another panel I'm really looking forward to that Matt, I think you would quite like.
Oh yeah.
Same game, different music.
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
So they have a trailer for a game, and they give it to different composers, and then each composer is going to do their own music for the
Oh,
game.
Oh, I would love to do
and
this is.
that.
I was going to say this is another one. How does Matt get on this panel? That
Yeah.
sounds great.
Yeah. I'm in the wrong country, as usual.
Well, yeah,
But
but
no.
what? Finally, America is the wrong country for something.
Yeah.
No, no,
Other
look,
than
I'm going to
all
go
the
have a
violent
chat
stuff.
to these guys, and I'll see for next year if I.
All
I'll happy to present your music.
All right.
Just
Thank
hum
you, I
it. Just
appreciate
hum
that.
it to them as you approach
Mm.
them.
Because
Send
no,
them my
this is
website.
just fun. Like, so they're going to have it that they'll have
That does sound fun.
like they'll show the trailer and then go, "Discompose it, watch it," and then they'll explain how they came up with it, what they're eating, and then next one and next one. So no, that sounds fun.
Yeah,
to me.
right. I'll because they
sounds
stream
excellent.
these on Twitch, so I'll try and check that one out.
I'll send you the link for this one. Yeah, this one just really jumped out at me as being fun.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
But yeah, no, it's because you get their schedule for PAX.
Are you
It's
going to
so
PAX this year?
huge, and you need to focus. Is she going?
No, she's not going. Why not? You got a booth there though? No, not bothering.
Not
She
bothering.
says PAX is for losers.
Who cares about Luke?
Oh, she says it is for losers.
Yeah. Oh, we know. We know.
We love PAX, but it is. I have my cosplay ready to go.
I can't wait.
Is that
I'm
it
assuming
behind you?
I assume this is a
No,
that's a previous cosplay.
that's from a couple of years ago. Hold on, which way am I going?
It's on the other side. Yeah.
That way.
Yeah.
That's my Little Mermaid cosplay. I'm actually.
You can't do Little Mermaid anymore because she's black now.
I was going to say she definitely doesn't have a ginger beard.
I'm actually going as a man this year.
Ooh, a real cosplay.
I spent a lot of money on this cosplay, and my girdle has arrived. Because I ordered this
it's
costume.
something that requires. Yeah, great.
No, it's not. It doesn't require. It's the fact I ordered it a couple of years ago, and since then I have grown.
So
as
you're
a
going to
person.
crush some organs to
Instagram likes referring me those T-shirts that are also a girdle.
Yes, those clean, fresh teas or whatever they are.
That just a little
dad bod
tight around
tees.
the middle so that they squish everything to make it look like you've got less
Clean,
hair.
fresh teas, or
more
I know
hair.
the ones you mean.
Also got some glue.
We're not sponsored, by the way. We're not sponsored.
Glue.
I've got some glue because I've got to glue some things. I've got my badges ready to go.
If there is a company that
Point
make
to his
t-shirts for
crotch
old
when he
men
said that.
out there that wants to sponsor us, podcast at multiplenerdgasm.com.
Mm-hmm.
We will wear them and we will talk about how much more confident we feel while wearing them.
Oh, might feel a bit. Yeah, I look down and just see the gut these days, and then I'll pick up
Instead
the
of the-
beer and just forget about it.
Can you still see the dick? That's when you know it's too far. When the gut covers the dick is when you know you've gone too far.
I may have to lean a little bit, but I can still see.
Oh no!
But
alright.
it's not a straight down view anymore. I need my metabolism back. The one I had when I was like in my 20s. The one where I didn't
we
work
were
out.
so
I drank,
skinny.
smoked, ate
Mhm.
crap, and just nothing.
Insane, right? Insane.
It's not
Yep.
fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, this is why I could be on the Gaming While Old panel.
Yeah,
But they're like
it would be
"You're-
this conversation,
far too
but
old.
with
Yeah.
some different people.
Well, listen, we've been playing games. Luke, you've been finishing games.
Yeah.
Mm.
I've been starting games. So let's talk games for a bit.
Okay.
I have finished Starfield.
I didn't even know you
Right.
could finish Starfield.
So you've been to every planet, every place, unlocked everything, done everything. There's no
Fucked
more
every
to do.
fuckable companion.
I had sex with one companion. There's
And
other
one
stuff I could
non-companion.
do, but I've sort of finished the story, and it's starting to. I played a lot more than you guys have, but
Yeah.
it feels a little empty at the end
Mm.
because
The game feels empty, or you feel empty.
the game I think feels a little empty for me.
Okay.
Space is pretty empty.
It is.
I'll
be
say
fair.
this: the more I play Starfield, the more it makes me want to play certain other games.
Yes.
Like Fallout 4.
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Fallout New Vegas, or Fallout 3, or even Skyrim.
Like, it's actually crazy because, like, when I was starting the game, like, I was going to planets, I was hearing like rumors and stuff and going off, but then that sort of started to stop, and then
Oh,
like all the achievements for like every mission, I've finished all of them. Like I know, like in Skyrim and Fallout, there were ones that I'd have to go back and replay again, or because of different storyline, or it'd take you longer to get there. I finished.
oh,
all
you were
the
able to
story.
just do them all.
Just do them all in one playthrough, which I thought was a bit weird.
Hmm.
Look, don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed the game,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's just I'm going to go back to an old save, and I'm going to go to all the star systems to get the achievements and stuff like that. But yeah, it's sort of I'm finished. So I'm
still
looking forward to
enjoying
the
it for
fact that
now.
in
Yeah.
the recent Microsoft leaks, there is DLC coming to it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
So
some other interesting info in those Microsoft leaks.
it was quite interesting, some of the stuff that sort of came out from that, which was not meant to come out.
No, I would think the most interesting one was that they were talking about buying Nintendo
Yeah.
before they eventually bought ZeniMax instead.
Which
But they were
blows my mind.
Genuinely discussing the possibility of buying Nintendo.
Like,
That's so fucking weird.
it's so weird. Like, you go Nintendo and then you go ZeniMax. Like, they're not on the same level.
Like, I don't know if they were independent. Like, it was like, well, pick one or the other, mate. Or if it
Yeah.
was just like,
Yeah.
I
Which one's gonna help us out in the long run?
because
Look,
I
I
think
think
Nintendo would have been
Nintendo-
harder to get.
and a lot more money. But I don't know if Nintendo would go in for it because Nintendo are liking doing their own thing. But
Yeah, and I wonder what Microsoft would do to Nintendo.
honestly, what
Not
my
sexually. I mean,
Yeah.
like business wise.
my idea.
No, they'd rape them, Matt. They would rape them.
Put the
No.
Xbox on.
Here's
Switch
my
action.
idea for what would happen if Microsoft brought Nintendo.
Go on.
Because Nintendo handheld, that's really their thing now.
Yeah.
Even with the Switch, it is, while it is a console, it's
Sure.
a handheld. So that would be their thing of moving over into the handheld market, but they wouldn't be going on actual handheld. They'd be going for the cloud gaming streaming thing that they're trying to promote. So you've got that
Yeah.
Switch that will do that. So they've already got the technology and stuff to do that. And then you're also bringing on
Mm.
their IPs was like Zelda, Mario, and stuff like that, which will bolster their content. So I could see why they were doing it because Microsoft is definitely going down the streaming path.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't happen, but I think like portable stuff, handheld is one thing, but like portable, like on the bus or like out and about, I don't think it's ready for like streaming.
And that's why I think they maybe decided to not go down that because we are probably about another decade away from streaming being able to handle.
Because
that.
I lose phone reception randomly in places quite often. Like,
Even at home, if
still.
I go to stream a game, it's not quite right.
Yeah. So I don't know.
You talking about on the Switch?
Yeah, you've played a
Let's-
bunch of streamed games on the Switch, right? But at home,
man.
right?
At home, yeah, with Wi-Fi. I'm not
Yeah.
using 5G, but
Yeah,
that is
that's
the best way to play a game. It's you can't believe how good it looks and how smooth
Yeah.
it runs.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm happy they brought ZeniMax because I'd be upset if Sony brought them and I couldn't play Starfield, Fallout, and Skyrim going forward.
True.
Because that's part of the other thing that came out with the leaks.
Yes,
Elder Scrolls, not
they're
going.
keeping it.
They're keeping it, which
Doesn't
I'm
affect
happy
me.
about. But then also, have you seen that Microsoft is likely going to be buying Activision now?
Oh, sure.
That's been given approval from a couple more places, so
Yeah. I mean, I thought that was going to happen anyway.
But also,
so-
before we get quite off Elder Scrolls, they've also said don't hold your breath. It's still
No.
several years
Oh,
off.
no.
They shouldn't have
They
announced it.
they should
shouldn't
not have
it
announced.
yet.
They shouldn't. They should be announcing
stupid.
it now.
Yeah.
This is the time to
Or-
announce it.
Next year.
When
Yeah.
they've done it.
Yeah,
Not-
when I can
How
almost
many
play
years
it.
ago?
Yeah, that was silly.
But-
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk. So, have you installed the
Cyberpunk.
update and have you started playing it?
Yes, and yes.
Yeah.
But
And
then I
how
was
is
like,
it?
hang on a minute. I've got too many fingers in too many games. That's how the saying goes, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Mm,
fingering too
mm.
many games. Yeah, exactly.
So I did, but then I was like, let's have a think about this. And I potted around Starfield a bit more. And I actually played some Destiny
okay.
the other day too.
Yeah.
So
But I did
about,
create a new character and I did start Cyberpunk again. And then when Phantom Liberty is out next week, I'll probably continue on a bit more.
I did think about. I'm going to install it now, but I'm not going to play it until Phantom Liberty comes out, just because it's.
Well,
Why start
apparently-
again when DLC's about there?
You can't do Phantom Liberty until a certain point later in the game, but I won't spoil anything because Dan hasn't played it yet. And then I've read a lot of things that said that you shouldn't do it until later in the game anyway.
Yes.
Because
So what, until you level up enough.
Well, and no, until you've done certain quests and
Oh,
storylines and
okay.
things, because then the events that happen of Phantom Liberty will be more impactful, and you'll know more about what the fuck is going on.
And for what I'm saying, they're recommending that you actually just start a new playthrough leading up to
Mhm.
as well.
Yeah. Well, the reviews for this now are saying this is the game it should have been. This is a fucking amazing game. Like this
Yeah.
VG247.com review says this has made Cyberpunk 2077 a must-play classic game.
So you mean the patch, or you mean the Phantom Liberty
The
DLC?
patch and Phantom Liberty. So I don't know. I mean, the patch is significant. The changes
Yes.
are significant.
Mm.
Like I just
So
played
I've-
the start of it a little bit, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, this is quite."
Because even with the patch, I saw like the police actually care about you now.
different. Sure.
Like,
They're like,
you
"You
commit a
right,
crime,
mate?
they
You
will
feeling
chase
okay?"
you.
Yeah,
Yeah, this used to kinda, like,
I can
appear out
confirm
of
that
nowhere.
happens.
and like,
Mm.
yeah, and the skill trees are different. It's looking good.
Look, I'm gonna go.
So-
I'm still gonna go back to when this first came out. What we first discussed. It was still a good game when it came out, but because they spent so much time focusing on last generation,
Mhm.
it slowed it down.
That all said, though, when you go from Starfield to Cyberpunk, it's like
Yeah.
quite striking how fucking beautiful Cyberpunk looks
Yes,
compared to Starfield.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I was
But
surprised
they're different
Starfield
games, and
looked
that's
as-
gonna happen.
as bad
No,
as
but-
it did.
that's
Like,
but like just the visual fidelity is just completely like miles ahead. Like when you
Mhm.
start the game and then your character turns and you're talking to someone and it's in game and it's like, oh,
Mm.
that's fucking incredible.
Yeah, so I put this on for the second time this week because, as you know, I put it on when it first came out. I bought it same time as you guys, and it just didn't hook me in.
That's a shame.
But I put it on this week,
Maybe
and
it's
I'm
not a
already
shame.
further ahead.
Maybe it's better this way.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's probably good that I waited. But then again, this game feels really big. It feels really
is.
big.
Yeah, it's
And,
even bigger now than it was at the time.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just don't know that I'm going to be able to play it properly.
Yeah.
Especially since it's going to take me, unless I get better at the driving, I'm going to spend most of my time just running from the cops because I've fucking hit pedestrians and shit. and mostly that's just because I've got to drive on the opposite side of the road to what I drive on in real life, and even that just does my brain in trying to drive around properly. But I'm with you, Matt. I don't think I can play 30 frame a second games anymore. Like I think
yeah. Once you've seen
when I
it,
play them
like-
back to back, it's like you don't even notice when it's 60, but you notice when it's 30. Like you
I'm
notice
sorry.
when it's not there.
I'm still going back to like when I started Starfield. That first sort of half an hour was like, whoa, and then I just got used to it. It does.
Yeah.
It didn't not take me long at all to go. Yep, this is a game.
Cyberpunk is very beautiful. Fuck, it's messy though. There's shit everywhere. Like,
yeah.
and I'm
Well,
like
it's a
running
shitty,
past
messy
stuff,
future.
going. People have spent a lot of time individually rendering fucking cigarette packets on the ground and stuff here that I'm just not even paying attention to.
The city, Night City, this is the thing. I was like so bummed people didn't like this game because Night City is just so incredible. Like they achieved this living, breathing city with some flaws, obviously that it seems like they've now fixed a lot of that stuff. But yeah, it's just like it's incredible.
Look, again, I think people focus on the negative at the time, and I don't think it got the positive reviews at the time because everyone was focusing on the problems it had, and especially with the larger. Because, like you, Matt, you played it on the Xbox One.
No, I had Series X when I played it.
Was it Series X? Was it Series X?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We played it on the Series X. We didn't have those game-breaking bugs at all. Like,
No, that's right.
Like it played like a good game, but that all anyone was focused on was Xbox One and PlayStation 4, where it was basically if you wanted to start a fight, you'd had to turn around from people so they would all disappear and then turn back so you could fight the people who were there because it couldn't handle it. Like it ruined the game. That's all anyone focuses on. But if you focus on the positives when it was out for people who could play, it was a great game. It was beautiful.
Yeah. No, I maintain it's one of my favorite games I've ever played. So good.
I think it's the only game I've played where you literally can pick what dick you have, and that's important to me.
And it can make it big to match what we have in real life.
Yep, you can adjust
so
the
you
size.
can really role
Except
play
I play female in the game.
properly.
You can adjust the size of other things.
You
when
could
you're
play a
female.
female, but with a dick.
I could.
You can change your pubic hair styling when you're a woman.
They
think
did
it's a
get rid of the
man's problem,
bug though, that way if you do
dick
playing with
pops
the
out?
penis, that your dick would just pop out.
When you're playing as Lenny Kravitz.
It's called the Lenny Kravitz bug.
Yeah.
They got rid of that.
It
Which I-
wants to get away.
Do you want to see my dick?
No, I'm looking forward to playing this again next week.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
That's
There's
good.
a
It's a good
lot
game.
to it that I'm like.
Oh yeah.
All of the hacking and like the brain dance stuff. I'm like, I don't know how much of this I'm gonna do. You know, like I'm gonna opt to do as
Mm.
opposed to just driving around and shooting dudes. But we'll see.
Yeah, like, and that's the
Yeah.
good thing. You don't have to go down that hacking people's path or anything like. I didn't because I knew that's not for me.
You just shoot.
I'll
people.
just shoot him in the head, and then they dry. And then I also have
No, I-
Johnny's gun, which is fun.
I had Johnny's gun. I did a lot of hacking and stuff too, though. We've got one piece of news this has come out of Walter Isaacson's new biography of Elon Musk that I don't think it's out yet, but it's coming out soon. Apparently, there's an anecdote in there where because Grimes is in Cyberpunk, she plays, I forget the character's name. You know that pop star in the game, Luke.
No,
You know what I mean? Oh, okay. She plays a character in the game.
it's been a long time.
Apparently, while she was in recording her voice for the game, Elon Musk burst into the recording session with a gun. For clarification, because the headline's a bit sensational, it wasn't a ye olde flintlock pistol for some reason that he has.
Still a working flintlock pistol, though. You can
Not
still do
sure.
a bit of damage
Unclear.
with that.
Yeah, because they
But
still
he
work.
did make the CD Projekt Red people nervous because he was also demanding a cameo
Oh,
in the game.
What the hell?
And apparently he did make people uncomfortable, and he is in the game. There is a cameo that they gave.
so it worked.
Well, they didn't want to get shot.
No, but that happened on the Matrix sequels.
Someone got shot with a flintlock pistol.
No, that's why. Is it Switch or Twitch?
That's right. Yeah. Tank.
Tank. No.
That's right.
Tank's little brother. Tank's the big guy, right?
No, that's Dozer.
Okay, so Tank then. The guy who goes, very exciting time. That guy.
Yes.
In between the first and second Matrix movies, he went into the Wachowski, at the time brothers, now sisters,
The Wachowskis.
the Wachowskis' office with a gun, not an old-timey gun, a regular buy
a new timey gun.
New
Yeah.
timey gun,
He got a
and
Walmart
said-
gun.
and slapped a script that he'd written down on the table and said, in this script, you find out that Neo isn't the one, fucking Tank is the one, and I'm the star of the two prequels. And I will shoot you unless you make this movie. And that's why he's not in the sequels.
Oh, they
I
opted
said,
not to go
yes,
with that.
we will
did they?
do that.
Yeah, but that's really Elon Musk said, well, all right, put the gun down, Elon. You're in there. We're rendering you now. Look here, I'm rendering you. See?
Although-
See?
CD
Scared the man right out of him.
CD Projekt Red do have a bit of a thing of people asking to be in cameo and then
Responding to
them
threats.
getting their way. We have a friend of ours.
I was going to say our friend Carlo is in The Witcher 3.
Yes.
He didn't threaten them, though.
He
just
didn't threaten
asked
them,
for
though.
I was
it.
about to say,
asked.
I don't know about the threats.
No.
I didn't
no,
say
he just
threats. I
asked.
just said just be asked and they'll let you in.
Carlo, the boat captain.
Have you seen what he's doing
Man,
here
you
in
gotta be
Australia
happy with that.
lately?
Yeah, they've got his TV show he's doing, right? And he writes for Play School, too.
He
right?
writes for Play School. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, he's doing good.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Good bloke, Carlo. Like
You
him.
probably have seen his School shows, Dan.
Yeah, we watch a bit of Play School
Yeah,
from time to time.
I
We don't have
haven't.
that here.
It's very inclusive now.
You can say,
Steen's in the Australian version of The Office. That's coming out. I don't
I
think that's a
forgot
spoiler.
that's an Australian
I think
version
that's-
of The
I
Office.
think that's known.
I'm not allowed to
right?
talk about that because there's a producer of that show who lives in this house.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I didn't know that.
I've been expressly told I'm not allowed to discuss
In other news,
anything I may or may not know about it.
In other news,
Speaking of Australian television shows,
Mhm.
hang on, before I do that
just
segue,
fucking said I can't.
do we
talk
have to
about
cut this out?
No.
All right, good. Because we have a habit of doing segues for things that we have to remove.
Yeah.
Speaking of Australian television shows, we can swipe all these games to the side, mate. Because in November,
it. Mm.
Bluey the game is coming out, and that's all I'm
Yeah.
going to be playing because my
Really?
daughter
Yeah,
made
and
me.
full open world, right? Like you just play as Bluey living in the world.
Yeah,
do whatever
you
you
get
want.
to choose
Speak
the
to whoever
dick
you
Bluey
want.
has. The size of the dick. Even though the Bluey's a girl.
Bluey is a girl.
I know. It's inclusive.
Mm. You can be a girl with a dick these
Oh,
days.
please come to Xbox.
Girls can do whatever.
I think it
Yes,
is, right?
Xbox. I'm going to get all the
Yeah.
achievements for it.
So just to be clear, no, there's none of
it
that
is a
in this.
kids
This
game.
is
No.
yeah. This is just a charming kids game that I will definitely be playing with my daughter,
Yeah. Yeah.
whether
they're
she
gonna
wants to or not.
that's right.
So-
What happens if she actually wants to play it though?
She does. She was playing Starfield with Jenna the other day. She goes. So she they were on. I think it's like the first planet you land on where you
Mhm.
first fight the Crimson Fleet guys.
Yep.
And there are those crab creature things, and
Hmm.
Lyra calls all crabs tickle crabs because she watches Bluey.
right.
So she just calls them all tickle crabs. I'm sure they brought hermit crabs to daycare. She was like, tickle crabs. And I was like, well, the teachers were fucking confused.
Really?
Nah,
So she
teachers
was
would
running
know all
around
of those references for
shooting
sure.
tickle crabs with the mining laser.
Oh wow! And now she kills crabs in real life.
That's right.
She murders.
So yes, she will probably attempt to play this.
Mm.
Mm.
I don't know how well she'll do, but
Well, it comes out on the November 17th.
terrible at games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sports co-op?
Kids suck at games for quite some time. I remember when I used to play with my niece and nephew. They were
play
terrible.
We didn't.
But
we were
what we
great
used-
at games. when
I
we
used to
were
play
kids.
Halo with them,
Mm.
Yeah,
and
not really a kids' game, is it?
not really a kids game, but I'm the fun uncle. So we played
Mm.
a team of three. So
The
me and my
Funkle.
niece and nephew, who were like, I forget how young, we wouldn't lose. It was quite scary. They weren't good, but I was such that good that we'd come like second or
You
third
yeah,
out
you
of
held up. You
4 or
held up.
5 teams. So
Mm. Mm.
Well, I'm guessing I'll be playing this as Bandit, and Lyra will probably be playing as Bingo because I think Bingo.
Oh, she likes Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. Harper knows Bingo's name, and she knows that Bluey and Bingo are two different people, but
Yeah.
collectively she refers to them as Bluey. And she has
right.
she has this giant plush Bluey and Bingo, but she
Mm.
refers to them as Bluey. Like when she says
Okay.
Bluey, she wants both,
Both.
not
Both of
just
them.
Bluey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a team. Yeah. Team
how
effort.
long did it take you to work that out?
Oh no, she made it very clear. Yeah, she made it
I was
very,
going to say,
very clear.
that doesn't work like that, Luke. They don't let you not
Yeah.
understand. They'll
Yeah,
just yell
yeah.
until you figure it out.
Huey's trying to teach her right now that she's allowed to name her stuffed animals
Oh, yeah.
actual names because all of her animals are named the animal that they are.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Sure.
And we went to, I
Actually, a lot
showed
of
you guys,
those
we
are
went
too.
to the Jurassic World experience the other night,
Mm.
which was fucking amazing. And she was just so, like, I mean, she's into dinosaurs anyway, but then, like, this is just quadrupled her. And, like,
Especially because they're huge and
yeah, and she ran into the gift shop and just was like, wow, I'm getting a dinosaur. and then
I
just,
showed Lyra the video you sent, and at first
Oh,
she was
yeah.
like, "What's going on?" And then you panned over to the T-Rex, and she was like, "Oh, dino, yeah,
yeah. You know what's funny? I had really thought about it because Hoy took 2 videos. One where she started on the dinosaur pan to us, and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
that's not how Spielberg would have done it. He would have captured our reaction and then
I
panned
thought
to the
at
dinosaur.
first it was you holding Harper, and then this red light flashing, and then someone going, "Oh, get you out of here, sir! Don't worry." And then I was like, "Oh God, what's happening?"
Oh, wow.
and it was a dinosaur, and I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah. Okay, so that's the last one you see. I don't want to give any spoilers to Jurassic World the experience, but you go in, it's the whole thing's supposed to be like you're on a tour of Jurassic World. So you go on a boat first, and then you go through
Oh,
the lab
cool.
and you look at the eggs and all of this stuff,
Mhm.
and then you see some
Fuck, man, I would
smaller
love that. I would love
dinosaurs and
that.
stuff, and then they the fucking red lights come on and they're like, "There's a T-Rex escaped." Like,
Mm.
fucking get out of here. And then you run into this place, and it is enormous. Like it is,
Yeah, right.
like it's bigger than the biggest elephant I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Like it's very big. It's very, very big.
Sure.
Like you can imagine why it would be fucking terrifying to come across one of these.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
But
when we
Harper
went
was
to-
freaking out. But then, like, as soon as we left, she was like, that was awesome.
Yeah, they had a dino exhibit at the zoo here in Providence, and some of them are animatronic, and some of them just kind of stood there. And she loved all of them except the T-Rex because it was, I think it was too big.
Just very scary. Yeah, yeah.
And she was like,
Yeah.
"No, I don't like that
Not
one."
that one.
You like that
yeah.
one?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
the one that's going to eat me.
Mhm.
The
Not that
Velociraptor
one.
was also quite scary because it was a man in a giant Velociraptor puppet.
Ah, yes, I know those ones.
Yeah, and they had the guy pretending to be like, whoa, blue, whoa, whoa. You know, that
Oh
guy?
yeah, Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, Chris Pratt. It wasn't Chris Pratt, to be clear, though. It was some Aussie NIDA dropout. But
Heath Ledger. Oh wait,
there was it.
Probably
Oh, ooh.
too
Too
soon.
Mel
soon.
Gibson.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she didn't like him either.
They went to NIDA, listeners. If you're wondering why the fuck we're naming
Yeah.
random celebrities.
Yeah, that's right. And there's only one drama school in Australia that,
hmm
well, yeah,
You can assume
Worth
they all
going
went to
to.
NIDA.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. It's prestigious, but it's not as prestigious as the after party,
Juilliard.
where we're about to head over
Oh.
to now. Oh, it's definitely not as
Mhm.
prestigious as Juilliard, where Glenn Howerton went.
Yeah, that's some
Um,
Glenn Howerton news. We can.
Ooh,
Let's
talk
do Glenn
briefly.
Howerton
Let's do it
news.
in the
Let's
after
let's do
party.
some Apple news, and let's find out who else might be a rapist.
In the after
Patreon.com/. Yeah, just bums to the wall.
Don't
fellas.
sigh, Luke. You don't know if it's you yet.
Matt's outing everyone on
Everyone.
this podcast today.
Could be me. It could be me. You don't know until you go to patreon.com/multiple nerdgasm and you give us money.
Well, and find out if you get raped.
Depends on how much you pay, mate. Depends.
Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't.
$10
Listeners,
a month
it doesn't.
gets you into the after party. What happens after that?
No, you won't be raped. Not by
No,
us, at least.
Not by us.
Is this still the podcast? We're gonna get.
Welcome
I
to
was
the
gonna
after
say,
party.
We're almost certainly going to get demonetized if we don't get
Oh,
banned from
man.
YouTube.
Yeah,
there
we're
was
not
so
making
much stuff
money
at
off
the start
this.
of this episode that I think maybe we just need
Oh,
in
there,
the future.
there
to
was no hope of
tone
us
down
getting
the.
monetized on YouTube,
Yeah.
so I'm not even considering it. Anyway, patreon.com/multiple nerdgasm.
Hi, this is Dan recording from just after the after party. Just wanted to pop back in here into the main show and just say that in addition to all the things we told you we were going to talk about, we also talked a lot about what animals it's okay to rape and what animals rape each other. So if that floats your boat, if you think that sounds funny, tune into the after party, patreon.com/multiple nerdgasm.
I wish
but
he was
unfortunately,
joking.
Matt
This-
still doesn't admit whether or not he's a
I
rapist.
wish Dan was joking. I don't know how.
Yeah. How
know
did we
what
get
happened.
there?
Mm.
Well, you'll have
Quite a
to
long
listen to
after
find
party
out.
too. A good
Mm.
30 minutes.
That's what that horse said.
There.
That's all for this week. Thank you for listening and we hope you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe in iTunes to receive episodes automatically. We'll see you next time.